family, what's up? How y'all doing? It is your girl 𝐜𝐡𝐚'𝐬 in knowledge. Lady Mocha represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Y'all, this is going to be my segment. Celebrity filth is when I specifically give you news or a current event in reference to a celebrity, whether if it's actor, actress, somebody in the music industry, or anybody that has any type of celebrity status. I'm going to be reporting from time to time. Now, I don't plan on making this my overall content because I don't think I have enough clout, and I don't have enough connections to deal with that. I leave that to the bloggers who specialize in celebrity gossip. But every once in a while, I will touch on some things, depending on the situation and depending on where the resources come from. So if you guys already don't know, there is a group by the name of Xscape. All of us who are 90s babies are very familiar with this group Xscape. Just Kicking It. A couple of other songs they did. I'm in the mood for love. Who Can I Run To? They basically four groups. There are four black women in one group. These ladies have been around for a while. Most people are more familiar with Candy Burris, who is one of the women on the show Housewives of Atlanta. She's definitely very phenomenal entrepreneur. She has all kind of businesses, all type of investments, and again, she's part of a very top-notch brand, Bravo Housewives of Atlanta. So she's one of the women in the group that's way more successful, even though they tried to really dog her in the initial beginning, but she ended up coming on top. So anyway, you have Candy Burris, who is married, so she doesn't go by Burris anymore. But anyway, then you have Tiny Harris, who is the wife of T.I. Everybody's already familiar with her. She's had a lot of scandals play out in her marriage publicly, with T.I. Basically, trying to still be a pretty boy Floyd or whatever. I guess he's calmed down a lot now. I haven't heard about him hoeing a lot lately the last year or two, so maybe he's gotten the male Jezebel out of his spirit. So anyway, then you have the last two women, which is Latasha Scott and her sister that is also in the group. I can't think of the damn sister's name, but it'll come to me. But anyway, the main story at hand is Latasha Scott. She's been the one that's always kind of been heavy set. And anybody who's known the group, every group always has had that one plus size sister who can really blow. Oh, Tamika Scott. Yeah, so it's two females in the group that are sisters, which is Tamika Scott and Latasha Scott. Now, Tamika Scott, I've seen her doing a couple of Tyler Perry plays and whatnot, and Latasha Scott, which is the one we're going to be focusing more on tonight. As I stated, she was always the plus size sister of the group, and she could always blow. Her voice always stood out the most. She's basically the lead singer, and to this day, she's still, her voice is still out of this world. The girl can sing, she could blow. Unfortunately, sometimes she does too many run-ons, and I'm like, sis, breathe. I mean, how long? And how long are you gonna have this song drag out? Because when she goes in, I mean, she doesn't just try to kill it, she tries to murder it. The woman can sing now. But anyway, she looks totally different. She has slimmed down a lot. She looks nothing like she first did when she initially came in the group. So she's lost a lot of weight. She looks good. But we know in the industry, y'all, when these women start making money, they start looking better. I mean, if you look at how a lot of these women look when they was broke or in the struggle or just really getting put on, some of these sisters looked a little, Section 8-ish. They looked very basic. They looked a little rough around the edges, like my girl Fantasia. Awesome, beautiful black woman. She's really, elevated since her American Idol days. But let's face it, when she first was just a contestant, she didn't look as glamorous as she looks now. Okay, so something about this industry, when these women start making money, slowly but surely, you know, they start losing a lot of weight. All of a sudden, they not dark skin or brown skin no more. They're going from brown skin to beige because they bleaching. Not saying that as far as Fantasia so far is still, she has not gotten any surgery that I know of, and she hasn't bleached her skin, but she does look so much better, and you could tell that money, now that she's you know, made her way into stardom, you can tell that money has fixed a lot of things. Her teeth, her hair, her face. I mean, I ain't hating, but let's just keep it a buck. A lot of these sisters they start changing, they start going into metamorphosis a lot once that money, once that bank, you know, the bank rolls start increasing. All of a sudden, honey, they bleaching their hair, bleaching their skin, doing all kind of things. But Fantasia hasn't taken it that far. She still looks pretty good. She's one of those women that's still kind of true to herself. But if you really look around, a lot of these women, those who have done reality shows and whatnot, Phaedra has bleached herself. Nene has gotten more nose jobs than Michael Jackson. So we know how it is when it comes to this money. Women want to change everything about themselves. Even Tiny has gotten all type of butt augmentations done to her, you know, booty and stuff, to the point she's like an ant. And we ended up putting the pieces together. The reason why Tiny was doing so much surgery to herself, basically because her husband was out there, you know, fornicating with groupies, and it took a toll on her self-esteem, you know, and seeing the kind of women that T.I. was creeping with or whatever, you know, I'm sure it took a toll on her self-esteem wise, and basically she tried to alter and change her looks to fit in that fantasy of, you know, what he was smashing behind closed doors in a marriage. But God is good. T.I. and Tiny, they seem to be getting it together. Like I said, I don't hear about T.I. out there, so big ups to him for manning up and taking his marriage serious. Hopefully he stays on that route. You know, sometimes married women go through that, you know, male Jezebel phase, and hopefully you get blessed where a husband finally realizes, he gets to a point where he realizes marriage is more important than fulfilling his own sexual desires, and he brings himself in and settles down and decides his wife and his family is a priority. Latasha Scott, on the other hand, it does not look like it's going that way for her. Latasha Scott, who has been married to make sure I pull up this information, y'all. She's been married to Mr. What's the damn dude's name? Mr. Rocky Bivens. She's been married to him since 1995, and supposedly, alleged mistress claims she's pregnant by him. Okay, Mr. Bevins, which is the husband of Latasha Scott. So, of course, I discovered this information through Instagram, and I actually went on the Side Chicks page and I saw it for myself because I wanted to confirm, I wanted to make sure, and so far it's looking like he's guilty already. But basically, woman took to social media to reveal she's the alleged mistress of Rocky Bivens, husband of escaped singer Latasha Scott. Not only that, she claims she's pregnant with his child and shared a sonogram receipt. So I did see the sonogram receipt. The baby is definitely there. So yeah, it's not looking too good for him. They say what's done in the dark always comes to light. Hello. A few days, a woman named y'all forgive me, 𝐜𝐚𝐚'𝐬 Fosha took to Instagram to reveal she's been having an affair with Rocky Bivens, the husband of Xscape singer Latasha Scott. This is exactly what she posted on her Instagram underneath her sonogram, and I'm just going to read exactly what the hell she put. I'm not going to put my own words in it. This is what 𝐜𝐚𝐬 posted on her own actual Instagram account. She stated, "The most fucked up thing the universe can do to you is let you meet the right person at the wrong time. I'm just tired of living a lie all these years and ready to live in my truth freely and in peace unapologetically. I have no beef with Latasha, never intervened with any of his dealings with Xscape, never made him choose. Me and Rocky had our situation. I know this may be shocking news, but this was a very complicated relationship that I couldn't speak on for obvious reasons. Life can be a bitch, and I'ma make sure mine's is beautiful either way. It is what it is. So basically, with the photo of the sonogram also on top of the sonogram, she has a font in cute little pink bold letters that says "Timeless Love Bivens" written across it. So she's definitely implying that she is with child. And she adds his last name, you know, with the font "Timeless Love Bivens" is what she plans to name the child. Okay, so that's what she's going to name the child. So the woman appears to be involved or is connected in the entertainment industry in some capacity. She has shared several pictures of herself with celebrities, including Queen Latifah, rapper Trina, Tate, and more on her Instagram account. Basically a groupie. She also has a photo with Xscape singer Candy Burris back from 2018, but I'm sure Candy probably didn't know. Latasha and Rocky tied the knot in 1995, and she shares a son named Jamon, who is 25 years old. So Latasha Scott does have one grown son from her husband. The alleged cheating scandal comes out on the heels of drama between Latasha and her Xscape bandmates. Ooh, child, let me take a breather. Let me take a breather. This is a lot. This is a lot, y'all, honey. Y'all, listen, these side chicks, I'm telling you, honey, they just keep coming out like roaches. Like, as soon as you turn the lights on, like, all the roaches just start running. You know, that's how these side chicks start doing. They are multiplying like gremlins, honey. These side chicks, you know, they back then women that was side chicks, because side chicks have always existed from the beginning of time. This ain't nothing new. It's just more obvious because you got social media, you got all of these special gadgets that makes it so easy for these females to exploit these married men as well as themselves. Back in the day, side chick Miss Shirley, she knew not to go nowhere near Miss Linda's house, even though she was smashing Mr. Earl Willie. She knew her position, even if they all went to the same church. Shirley sat way to the back of the church. She respected Linda and Mr. Willie Earl sitting to the front of the church. She made it her business not to be seen. She did not speak to Mrs. Linda. If Shirley saw Linda in the grocery store, she didn't acknowledge her. She didn't smile on her face like, hey, girl. No, she was smashing Mr. Willie Earl. That's what makes old school women different from these new school females, okay? Women back then could get the D, meaning the dick and the dollars, and they were satisfied and they stayed discreet, okay? These new old school females, they don't, these new side chicks, they have violated all the they have basically violated the game, okay? They love to be seen, they love to write tell-all books, they love to get on reality shows, and a lot of this, it has everything to do with men being dumb with their dicks and not protecting themselves, and definitely not protecting their wives and their families and their legacies. And this has become a continuous issue. It's very, very common. There are so many children being produced out of adulterous relationships, you know. And it's one thing if a child is being conceived from a man that's not already in a family-made family, but it's another when a child is being produced in a family from a married man who already has a family. And it's a lot of women that are miserable and are paying the price for pulling these type of stunts, because at the end of the day, ladies, you are the owner of your vagina, okay? No man cannot implant a seed in your womb unless you give him full access, okay? Does not matter if, well, he knew he was married, he knew better. This is my thing. You are no better than he is, and he is no better than you. I'm tired of people giving married men a pass or either giving a side chick a pass. Neither one has a one-up. Both are wrong like two goddamn left shoes. I don't want to hear that shit about, well, he wasn't satisfied at home, whatever, whatever. You know, a lot of women play this game and then want to turn around and cry and play victim when they realize they done took the initiative of going all the way through 9 months of the pregnancy, only to find out that this man was nothing to do with the child. And it's going to be, of course, Jezebel supporters that's going to come in my chat. Well, he knew he was married. He should have known better. Yes, very true. And guess what? She knew he was married too. And she should have known better. So we're not about to sit up here and give nobody a pass. It is what it is. But as a woman, I do hold the woman more accountable because there's just way too much birth control. If a man is already cheating on you with his wife, that's already common sense. If he doesn't respect his wife, he's not going to respect you. If he's willing to go raw with you, knowing he got a wife, that already lets you know he does not respect her, and he definitely does not respect you. So I'm going to always hold the woman more accountable. You know, I'll say this: the man is 80% wrong, but the woman is 100% wrong. I got to give her that extra 10% because as a woman, we got too many devices out here. We got a plan B. So a lot of the times, you know, we got Depo, we got all the spermicide, we got all type of things, okay? So to me, if a woman gets pregnant, it's because she wants to, okay? And it's many reasons behind that. A lot of these side chicks, you know, like I said, smashing a man, just having sex with him ain't enough. The reason why a lot of these women resort to actually going into full-term pregnancy with these married men, for one, they want to be able to keep the man in their lives, because the reality is most of the time, and I get it, some of these men lie. Sometimes you don't know they're married, but the truth is, in most cases, most women, most of the time, 90% of the time, you know a man is married. It's just that you don't become digmatized, or you so thirsty for a man that you are intentionally overlooking the red flags. The fact that he's only coming to see you 3 in the morning. He doesn't want to take you out in public. This woman was saying she's been dealing with this for years. So damn, you feel that less of yourself that, you know, evidently he been hiding you. All these years you've been smashing him. And he's been married, of course, because him and Latasha been together 27 years. You has so much dignity that you did not mind, you know, him putting your ass on the clearance rack and only taking you off the clearance rack when he wanted to smash you or take you to a damn fine dine cuisine somewhere and goddamn Barbados or something. Because you know these men with money, that's what they do with their side chicks. They don't take them to Red Lobster off of Main Street. They go travel with their asses. That's what Anthony Carmelo did. You know, he was you know, living it up big time with his side chicks. You know, he was taking them on yachts and shit like that, and then paparazzi caught it, and he wasn't even smart enough to try to hide it. Lala was like, boo. She waited for them 10 years and divorced him so that way she could get that, you know, spouse allotment, you know. And ever since then, Lala has been posting 1,000 sexy pictures trying to redeem her self-esteem, because when a man has a child on you, it really breaks your spirit. I've known many women that have gone through this, and it's very gut-wrenching. You know, it's one of the most humiliating things that a married woman could ever experience in her lifetime. It is very damaging to a woman's self-worth, because the bad part is when your husband steps out and does something like this, it automatically makes you devalue yourself. And if Latasha doesn't already know it, if she's now finding out, like we are just now finding out, this is totally going to shatter her, because you have to remember Latasha Scott was one of those women that came up, was a big girl, heavy, plus size, you know, and I commend her. She lost a lot of weight. Now, if you do your research, do your research, and you will see how much Latasha has transformed. She's bleached her skin. She's lost a lot of significant weight, and hopefully, because she's been with this man 27 something years, hopefully she wasn't doing all of this because there was already issues of him messing around on her with multiple women. Because remember, that's what Tiny did. A lot of women who feel like they're losing their husbands, especially in the industry, they can go afford to go get surgery done, to get BBLs and you know, and all of this other stuff done. And you have average women who can't afford to get all this type of work done, so they got to learn to try to make do with what they have. You know, they can't alter, you know, they can't get a $10,000 nose job. Not when you working a regular job at CVS or a damn secretary or some shit like that. You just can't afford, so you just try to compensate for it by, you know, changing your hair, you know, getting lingerie, all type of things. But when you have the money, it makes you take more extreme measures and changing yourself, because you want so badly to appease and please the man that you love. And a lot of times it still doesn't work out in your favor. There was one time a lady who did that. Her husband was messing around on her with a damn secretary. This happened back like in the 80s or the 90s. And the secretary he was dealing with was younger than her, prettier than her, and all of that. And she went and got all kind of shit done. You know, got a face done, got a butt done, got all of this, because gravity gonna take its course. It don't matter how much surgery you get, ladies. Gravity gonna take its course. Things that used to point up north are gonna point down south. It is what it is. You're gonna get wrinkles in your face. Your hair gonna fall out. Your teeth may fall out. As we age, we start to lose things. And that's why it's very important that when you marry somebody that's going to love you unconditionally, because things are going to happen. You're going to gain weight, you're going to lose weight, go to the gym. All of that's wonderful and fine, but you cannot stop gravity. You cannot stop Mother Nature. And these are the things that, you know, your husband should be able to embrace. And there's going to be things about him you're going to have to embrace. He's going to put on weight. He's going to get a pot belly. He's going to get gray hairs. You know, people who've been married for a long time will tell you these things. You know what I mean? So, but that's where true love steps in. You either work out together, or you just learn to embrace each other's imperfections. But she ended up running over her husband when she seen him coming out the hotel with his young chick, because she been having red flags that her husband was still messing around even after she got all the surgery and stuff done. And she caught him coming out the hotel. I don't know, I can't remember if the woman was with him or not. I can't remember, but I do remember he came out the hotel and she ran his ass over like 3 times. She hit him with the car 3 times. She was just that distraught, because the reason why she took it to the extreme and ran this man over multiple times, because she realized she had lost him. There was not enough surgery. There was not enough blowjobs or whatever she was doing to try to bring him back in. You know, some of these men go through a whole phase, and some of them, they stay stuck out there. You know, they don't know how to get a little bit and, okay, I done had my fun. I realize I'm getting older. That's not going to work for me. And settle their ass down and come back home. Some men want to relive that youth of being young, and they don't want to embrace getting older and aging within their marriage with their wives. They want to go out there and relive their youth by picking up these younger women that eventually they're going to get older too, you know, and it's going to be things that's going to happen with their body, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, Natasha Scott has had a lot of significant transformations done. And hopefully it was because this was something she wanted, or maybe she just always felt like, you know, because my thing is, if this woman is admitting that she's been dealing with this for years, I can't see Natasha Scott not knowing. If she didn't see it, personally, she felt it, she sensed it, because female intuition is a bitch. Especially when you've been married for a very long time, it's a spirit that only a married woman cannot explain. It's not something you can explain. It's something you can feel. You can feel. Now, the thing is, you have a lot of women that's in denial, delusional, want their marriage to work so bad. They try to act like they don't sense it, they don't feel it, but you know it, because when you're partaking in adultery, you're going, especially for years, it's going to be things you're going to slip and mess up on. You're not going to cross all your T's. You're not going to dot all your I's. You're going to miss and leave a text message around. You're going to miss and come home later than you should. And from my understanding, her husband, I'm going to look up what he does, because I believe he's been in the music industry for years. He is, okay, an entertainment executive, master negotiator, record producer, songwriter, and serial entrepreneur. So this man, her husband, is in the industry, basically. Okay, so I'm sure he runs into women from all walks of life. He's not an ugly guy, but he's not drop dead fine either. But looks ain't nothing if you know how to eat it, beat it, and you got money. You get what I'm saying? That compensates for a lot. Now, ironically, his last name is Bivens. So I'm wondering if he's like related to no, that's Ricky wait a minute. Ain't yeah. From the group Belle Biv DeVoe, Ricky Bivens, ain't that's his name, y'all? Cause I remember Ricky Bivens, he called himself trying to do the little music thing for a while, but you know it didn't work. I'm wondering if he's related to him. I don't know, but that's a subject for another time. That'll make me go way off somewhere else. But he's basically in the entertainment industry pretty heavily. And that's probably how he met Latasha. Now, from my understanding, I remember when Latasha Scott was on the show R&B Divas, her husband wanted to be the one to manage the group. And Xscape, the members of Xscape and Latasha Scott there was always some friction and some tension. And even to this day, one minute seems like these ladies done resolved it, the next minute it don't seem like they resolving anything. But I know he's always been trying to gun for being the manager of the group. And the other ladies, Candy and Tiny and the sister was like, hell no, we not having that. And can you blame them? Shit, I don't want your husband being over the whole group. We saw what happened with Destiny's Child. When Beyonce daddy was over the whole goddamn group, he was the manager. Guess what? He did everything in the best interest of Beyonce. And everybody else, you either rode the train or you rolled off. Kelly Rowland was one, scary, and not wanting to buck the system, so she stayed and dealt with it. Them other girls was not like Latavia and Latoya was like, oh hell no, this ain't fair. All the decisions that's being made was centering around Beyonce. And the moment them girls went to bring in their own managers, that's when Matthew Knowles dropped those two girls, Latavia and Latoya, and replaced them with Michelle Williams and the other young lady, I forgot her name, Farrah. And Farrah, she quit, so she ain't been in the group a good 2 minutes, so a lot of people don't even remember Farrah. But anyway, she was in the video, Say My Name, and she saw the flaky shit before the group even took off, when they rearranged it and changed the members. So she didn't even stick around that long, so a lot of people don't remember Farrah. But anyway, that's why Xscape was not feeling that, you know. And Latasha Scott, of course, you know, she didn't like that they was not co-signing on her husband managing our whole group. And hell nah, because people gonna look out for their own people. When you allow them to lead a group or lead an organization, they gonna look out for their family, their wife or husband best interest. That's common sense. See him, if this is true that he allegedly knocked this female up, shit, that's even more the reason he don't need to be managing a goddamn thing, because he can't manage his dick. He can't manage keeping his penis in his pants. And that would have caused destruction to the group, because them knowing that, you know what I mean, and knowing what she's going through with him as a married woman, you know, that would have took a toll business wise and friendship wise. You know, like, nigga, you don't need to be managing us. I mean, you done sat up there and disrespected our girl, our friend who we've been singing with for years. Ain't you lose respect for a man, you know what I'm saying, when he done put himself out there like that. You know, it's one thing messing around, which you shouldn't even be doing so, but then when you get another woman pregnant on top of that, that is like the ultimate violation. So allegedly, this is what the streets are saying. I won't be surprised, because this woman, most of the time when they exploit these dudes, they know they got them by the balls. These side chicks ain't got too much to lose by lying. Ain't too many side chicks lying no more. Back then, you used to kind of have to guess, but some of these dudes are so dick sloppy with their dicks to where they make it so easy for these women to exploit them. These women take pictures when these Negroes fall asleep. they drooling out the mouth. You know, a lot of these dudes is just sloppy. You know what I mean? It's not like it shouldn't be believable, you know. But this is what the streets are saying, and it's because she was the one who put it out there. Now, like I said, I was digressing when I was saying why these women go so far as to going full term of pregnancy. I said, for one, it's to trap him, not meaning that she held him at gunpoint. Evidently, he was a willing participant. But with all of these options, even though abortion laws have changed and stuff, you still got some states that do it. If she really wanted to get rid of it, she would have. If a woman goes through full term, it's because she want to get pregnant. So sometimes when a woman feels that a man he's not moving fast enough, he's not leaving his wife quick enough, he's not all these empty ass promises, she'll up the ante by getting pregnant. That way he has to make a decision. So you have some women that will do that. Or secondly, is more about money. She wants to be provided for. A lot of women are having children as for survival, for income. You know, it's called womb hustling. You know, my brother Jay Shine, big ups to Jay Shine. I ain't seen him in a minute. He taught me that term. But anyway, it's a lot of womb hustling going on, and a lot of these women have been doing it for years. You know, let's face it, a lot of these sisters are lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to take care of themselves. Look at all Nick Cannon baby mamas. They done found the key ingredient is find a fool that's simple enough to donate and deposit his sperm in his womb, you know, in her womb, and that way she can be taken care of for the next 18, in some states 23 years if the child goes to college. So some women do this for income. So 9 times out of 10 is one or the other. Or you have some women who have never had children and want so badly to have a child, and they feel like their biological clock is getting ready to expire, and instead of them going out there building a family from their own man, a man who was not already attached to a family, you know, they'll have it from the married man because they feel comfortable having it from him. That's the one they've been smashing all this time. They don't want some random dude, even though you know, it's less of a headache dealing with a man who's not already attached to a family. But some women, they psyche, that's what they think is normal. They don't see nothing wrong with that, and you can't convince them anything different, you know. So evidently for her to put it out here, she's definitely reached a breaking point. Either this man, she tired of him lying, even though she's trying to flip it. Let me read back into what she said, y'all, because y'all know I'm gonna break this down to the lowest common denominator. We're gonna read up in this. We ain't gonna play the radio. We're gonna read up in this, y'all, because we're gonna read in between the lines, hunty. Now, she said, like she stated, the most effed up thing the universe can do to you is let you meet the right person y'all, excuse me. The most effed up thing the universe can do to you is let you meet the right person at the wrong time. So let me just stop right there. So you, in her mind, she really feels like Latasha's husband should have been with her, or in a sense belongs to her. She didn't word it and said, it would have been different if she would have said, the worst thing you could do is meet a man that's already married and has a family. She's not dealing with the reality of that. In her mind is that she met the right man. She just met him at the wrong time. So she already has demonstrated that she don't give a damn about him being married, and she don't care that his wife is going to be broken behind this. In her mind, she feels entitled, like she met the right man. She just met him at the wrong time. Listen, ain't nothing right about meeting a married man. A married man is not your blessing. You can say what you want to say. I don't care how good y'all connect. I don't care how much y'all got in common. A married man is not a blessing. It's not a blessing. It's a curse. And it brings you a lot of extracurricular BS that you're not mentally and emotionally and spiritually able to deal with. And this is, and most side chicks think like this, though. I'm not going to knock her. A lot of side chicks, they will meet somebody's husband and because he done put down that good wood, in their mind, they've already assigned themselves to be with these men, not understanding these men are using them for their own selfish pleasures. But nevertheless, that's the first thing I could establish here. Then she goes and says, I'm just tired of living a lie all these years. Why now? Why? You've been living a lie all these years, ma'am. Side piece, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, macaroni, biscuit bitch. You've been holding it down all this time. You tired. Why now? No, it's convenient for you to admit it because you're pregnant now. You tired of him lying, he probably been telling you the same lie. I'ma leave, I'ma leave, I'ma leave. Now, you trying to make sure he ain't got a choice, which he still does, because you got some women who still stay with their husbands even after this. But it's a reason you putting it out here. And it's not because you tired of living a lie. You been living it. Nah, you trying to up the ante because now you pregnant. 9 times out of 10, he knows you pregnant, and he did not give you the response that you wanted. He probably say, I don't know what you, I mean, niggas get dumb on you when you go against the grain. They know how to talk real good to get you in that bed. Know how to talk real sensible when they want to smash you, but they talk dumb as hell when you tell them you pregnant. I don't know what you want me to do. I can't leave my wife. I can't just up and pack up my things and come be with you. They talk like radio. They talk retarded like radio. I don't know. I don't know. It's the reason she putting this stuff out here. It's not because she's a born-again Christian and she done learned her goddamn lesson. Miss me with the bullshit. Okay? I know better, bro. This man ain't moving the way you want him to move. And she goes, I'm tired of living a lie all these years and ready to live on my truth freely and in peace unapologetically. I can't read it tonight, y'all. It's Hooked on Phonics is just not working. I need to renew my Hooked on Phonics license. Cash at me and I'll renew my Hooked on Phonics renewal, okay? Now, she's already not taking accountability. She says, I'm ready to live in my truth. But you contradicting yourself because you've been living a lie all these years. Now you ready? Why are you ready? Why now? It does not sound authentic or genuine. You ready to live in your truth freely because he won't be free from that wife. He won't be free from that marriage. He's not giving you what you want. So you're not doing this because you're living in your truth. You're doing this because you're not getting what you thought you would have had by now, giving this man your body for years, giving him your time for years. And you have not gained anything but a child. And you're most likely going to get child support. So I'm ready to live my truth freely and in peace unapologetically. We know we put it this way. For you to even put it out here like that, we know you're unapologetic. We know you have no empathy. We know you have no sympathy. And most side chicks do not have empathy for married women because most of them never been married. So it's most of the time they cannot phantom the delicateness and the seriousness of a marital union. They don't understand the real spiritual dynamics of how marriage works. It's more than just a piece of paper and carrying a man's last name. You put a lot into that person. You put all your heart, you put all your soul, you put all your spirit, you put all your time. You know, you got married women who've been married 30, 40 something years. That means you giving a man your youth. Like, I've been married since I've been 22 years old. So my husband has had the majority of every stage of my life. It wasn't like I was in my 40s and then we got married. I've given this man my youth, and I've given him my womb. We had a child together. I didn't come to him already with a family and stuff like that. So most of these side chicks, they don't understand the preciousness of marriage, nor do they value it, and nor do they respect it. So it's only expected for her to not feel like she's wrong, to not feel like she owes an apology. But rest assured, karma is going to come back and bite that ass, because you're not going to be spared, even though the husband is wrong, and karma's definitely going to deal with him. But you just signed up, sis, for a lifetime of agony. And even though your child, may God bless you with a beautiful, healthy child, you done already brought a curse upon yourself. There's no blessing at having a child from a married man. A blessing is having a child from a man who is your husband, who can be there for you without having to limit and shortchange giving you all of him because he doesn't already have a prior obligation. So she's cheating herself out of a whole lot, because I doubt that man gonna leave his wife. If they do divorce, that don't mean he gonna be with her. It happens, but we know most of the time it doesn't happen. So we don't expect you to be apologetic at all. We know you don't care. We know you have no remorse, because you've never been a wife. So you know what I mean? It is what it is on that. She further goes on, I have no beef with Latasha. Most of the time, side chicks don't have beef with wives. Most of the time, in most cases, they don't even know each other. So it's not that you don't have beef with her because you respect her. You just, you know, y'all never had a friendship. There was like no bond or anything there. So that's the reason you're insinuating you don't have no beef with Latasha. You said you never intervened with any of his dealings with Xscape, and you never made him choose. So she's basically trying to make herself sound like the bigger woman. How oxymoron it sounds. So she's trying to make herself look like the good person. Like, I didn't have no beef with Latasha. I never intervened with any of his dealings with Xscape. Well, but yeah, you was dealing with the dick though. We don't care about the fact you wasn't intervening in how he dealt with the group Xscape. That has nothing to do with the fact you got knocked up from this married ass man of 27 years of holy matrimony. Holy matrimony. Because marriage is still marriage, y'all. Don't matter who respect it or don't respect it. It's still a marital union. And people who don't respect that, whether if it's the husband or the side chick, there is a price to pay. A heavy price comes behind that. Then you never made him choose. Basically, you ain't giving him a goddamn option. You going on with this baby anyway. So even if you was to try to make him choose either me, get rid of this baby, or you gonna be you ain't give him an option. Most side chicks don't give married men an option. They get pregnant anyway. They won't go through and have an abortion. They do what they want to do. So you never made him choose, sis, because you had already made up in your mind what the hell you was going to do. So he didn't have an option to choose. So miss me with that. Then she goes, me and Rocky had our own situation. That's the thing. It shouldn't even been a goddamn situation. He was a married ass man. He was wrong for even stepping outside of his marriage dealing with you. And you was wrong for even involving yourself with this man. You knew he was married to this woman. You knew that. Y'all had your own situation, which is leading into another situation, which is not a child, an innocent child that's you don't know how this man is going to act and treat this child once you decide to go along with this pregnancy, because you men, unfortunately, and I don't say this because I'm proud of men who do this, but men, unfortunately, especially these selfish ass ones, They don't have a problem with smashing you and laying with you unprotected, but they will treat you cold as ice once you have a child from them. I've seen many women play this game only to end up being single mothers. Only end up having to do it all on their own. And they think they can make the man feel guilty. Well, you knew you was married, even though he should feel guilty. But it comes a point when he knows his wife is still willing to stay with him and still willing to deal with him after that, he's going to do whatever that wife says. And if that wife says, you created that, I'm not dealing with that bullshit, guess what? He ain't going to deal with it either, because at the end of the day, he know he done royally fucked up, and he's not in a position to make any decisions with his wife, because he has to honor what that wife says first, because that wife was in the picture before you were. And if it means, if the wife said, F her, F the child, and I know side chicks get mad when you say that. Side chicks don't want to be told that a wife don't have to accept the child, but the truth of the matter is she does not have to. Side chicks hate that. They want to burn you with gasoline where you tell a side chick you ain't got to accept her baby. They hate that shit. They want you to be, you know what I'm saying? Well, if she's staying with the husband, well, she need to accept my child. She can accept what he did. He need to accept my child. No, first of all, she was there before you had that child. She don't owe you or your child jack shit. He does. Yes, he does. How he chooses to be there, you can't really dictate that, because you knew he was a married man. Hello, thank you, moving on. She further goes on, I know this may be shocking news, but this was a very complicated relationship, and I couldn't speak on it for obvious reasons. But you're speaking on it now. And that's why I know you got some motives behind this. It's not because you done got saved and filled with the Holy Ghost. Now you got to come clean. You're not doing this for good intentions. I know this may be shocking, but this was a very complicated relationship. First of all, it's not a relationship because he was married. Complicated, of course it's going to be complicated. He's a married man. You've been dealing with him all these years. I know it's been complicated. Having to wait to see his ass. You couldn't see him on the holidays. You couldn't see him on Valentine's Day. You couldn't see him on Christmas. You couldn't see him on his wife's birthday. Listen, ladies, dealing with a married man is going to be a complicated relationship. News fucking flash. What the hell she thought? It was going to be easy. Marriage in itself is not easy. So add dealing with a married man. This man got to deal with you and deal with his wife. First of all, I don't understand you men, how you put so much pressure on yourself like that, because dealing with one woman, women, we automatically, we sickening, we annoying just by ourselves. You want two women in your ear? This one, when you gonna see me? This one, well, honey, I need you home to help me with the kids. Well, this one, well, I thought we was going to go to dinner tonight. I haven't seen you in 2, 3. Then this one, we got these loans, we got this stuff we got to take care of. It's a lot. I don't see how you men take yourself through that aggravation. One woman is a lot, let alone trying to juggle two. So she goes, it's a very complicated relationship. No shit, Sherlock, that I couldn't speak on it for obvious reasons. No, you couldn't, because you wasn't his woman like that. So you knew you couldn't openly, publicly put it out there. But now that you are pregnant, you feel bold enough to do that, because you know there's a child involved. Plus, you know you cannot hide a whole goddamn pregnancy. Then she goes, life can be a bitch, and I'm going to make sure mine is beautiful either way. You trying to put pancakes on shit. I mean, just because you put syrup on shit don't make it sweet, you know. You trying to, like, basically, you already know you signing up for a raw deal, but you're going to go through with it anyway. Because the truth of the matter is, you want to hold on to this man in some form or another. And the only way you can do it is through the child. But let me tell you something. The mindset of some of these men, and again, the side chicks are going to get mad, and the single mothers are going to get mad. Side chicks and single mothers, they don't like when you tell them how much men don't care about them. They hate it with a passion. But I'm going to say it. Men do not care about what they got to lose to keep their peace. If they know you're going to be annoying, aggravating, trying to make problems for their marriage, make problems for their wife, even though they are wrong, even though a lot of these men, they don't take accountability as they should. But one thing about a man, he will get rid of you before he allows you to make his life difficult. A lot of side chicks have these side babies, and they are on their own because the situation is already ugly. They already done hurt their wives, embarrassed their wives, disrespected their wives. They already got to carry that burden, which they should. I don't have no sympathy for them either. But at the same time, you got the nerves to be demanded, you bossy, you bitchy, and you disrespecting the home front that he already has to make up for. He has to recover. By all means, he's at the will of his wife's mercy because he was the one who violated. So they don't need, you know, a bossy, bitchy, side chick baby mama on the other end barking in his ear about you knew you was married and you shouldn't have been. You're not gonna make a man feel but so guilty for but so long, because the truth of the matter is both of you were consenting adults and y'all made this decision. But see, what the side chick don't understand is she doesn't have anybody she has to answer to. And that's what the side chick gets annoyed with the married man, because the side chick can't understand why he doing what his wife say, why he won't leave his wife, why he putting his wife before his child. A lot of you women think y'all have a past because y'all have a child. Your pregnancy, your child does not automatically give you first place position to be telling him what he can and can't do, because he was already married before y'all had the child. So you have no ground, you have no rank. And that's what the side chicks don't understand. I don't know what the psyche of women is today, but a lot of these females think a child gives them rank. A child does not give you rank. The only rank you have is the wife. That ring, that paperwork, that's the rank. Now, truth be told, a lot of these men don't respect your goddamn rank. But guess what? As the wife, that's where she has to make the decision to stay with his raggedy, cheating ass or to leave him or whatever. But the truth is, a lot of married women ain't leaving a cheating ass husbands in. Call them dumb, call them stupid. And I find it contradictory how side chicks will call wives stupid for staying in a marriage that was theirs to begin with. But here it is, you had a goddamn choice. You didn't have to get knocked up from him because he was not your husband. You had a free collect 200 pass go. You could have got away from this nigga. But you gonna call a wife stupid? No, you're dumb because you had no ties with it. So you could have left and exited the highway anytime you wanted. You the dumb one. Get mad because I'm gonna tell it like it is. It's not too many men leaving and walking away from their wives, even when they dead wrong. And sometimes, unfortunately, some of these men got to do dumb shit and come close to losing something valuable by the time they really realize the worth of the women that they already had. And the side chicks are going to always be bitter regardless and say, you know, if he was happy, he wouldn't have messed with you. You the dumb one for dealing with him. A side chick, once you get pregnant, there's nothing you can say to make the wife look bad. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can justify. I don't care if he did go back to his wife. I don't care if he never left his wife. You will always be the dumber candidate because you had a choice. You don't get to decide what choice the wife had. She was there before you. You have no rank. And you have these side chicks, you have these side babies, and they want their babies to get treated like the kids that live under their roof. It's not going to happen, sis. Now, in some cases, some side chicks have been spared mercy and grace. What a wife says, you know what, the child got nothing to do with this. Hey, I want my kids to have a relationship with this child. And most of the time when it's like this is because the side chick knows her place. She ain't trying to start shit. She ain't trying to disrespect the wife. Most of the time when a wife is compliant, it's because the side chick stays in her lane. Or you have some wives where the side chicks don't stay in their lane at all, and they just done learn to build a tough exterior when it comes to dealing with it, you know. But for the most part, side chicks are angry because they cannot get the rank of the wife, and it frustrates them. And they bitch and piss and moan all the time about the baby daddy's the deadbeat. You was a deadbeat getting pregnant from him. You knew he was married. There's a side chick right now. No, she done had a married man baby, and she's still acting like she's part of the goddamn victims unit of in Law and Order. You're not the victim. You was a goddamn volunteer. So this is not the only female woman who's done this. It's women like this doing this every goddamn day. Side chicks don't understand. You don't have rank. You don't have a position. Now you may have been in a position, doggy style, missionary. That's on. That's the only position you have, sis. Other than that, you had no position. And we're going to talk about this some more another time. It's a lot of guys that are doing this. There's a show called Love and Marriage in Huntsville, right? I'm not going to explain the whole shit because I'm going into an hour and I'm ready to get off of here. But he did the same thing. One of the couples on the show, they all were power couples, all doing real estate together. Couple named Martell Holt and Melanie Holt. Same thing his dumbass did. Messing with some young, wolf-looking female. Messed up his long-term marriage. He had the whole package. He had a beautiful wife, had all his kids from that one wife. They had entrepreneur. They was building a business together. He was in a great place. For whatever reason, he didn't feel satisfied. He didn't feel content. Went out there, started messing with some young college female, getting in her head, you know what I mean? Messing with her for 6-7 years throughout the duration of the marriage till she got pregnant. All hell done broke loose for him. All his luck has gone down since he lost his marriage. Because she was one of them women, I can't stay with your ass. I can't be a stand by your man on this one. And I respect that. Some women ain't standing by some shit. And you can't do nothing but just respect that. And his luck has gone all the way down. I mean, everything he's tried to do ever since he lost his marriage, it's been an epic fail. He done tried to start his own business. He ain't get nowhere. He done tried to sell his own wine. He ain't get nowhere. His young airhead ass side chick baby mama be on YouTube telling all their business. Ariana Curry, but we call her coleslaw because she's an appetizer. She's a side item. And she's just been embarrassing him even more since the exposure of her being pregnant came out, and you know the little boy now is 1, I think, going on 2 years old. The little boy has a lot of like problems, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing. I ain't trying to be funny, but some of these side chicks, they babies, I notice, be having problems. That's a whole nother conversation. I don't get no joy out of that, but I'm just saying sometimes you curse these children the way you bring them here. Y'all ain't ready for this type of conversation. You curse your kids. If you ain't cursing them mentally where they don't have some type of issue, you cursing their well-being, because when these children get older and they understand they was conceived through a marriage, you know, and can't understand why they could never go and bond with their brothers and sisters, why they never could go to family reunions, why they always been an outcast. This is a mental sabotage. This is like self-sabotage, and these children didn't even ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to shut it down. Hopefully these are just allegations. Like I said, all of this is allegedly, but I really don't think so. This is fair use copyright. Like I said, this is for entertainment purposes only. But like I said, if this is true, Mr. Bivens, you got a long journey ahead of you, sir, because these baby mamas, it's gonna always be something, bro. I'm gonna let you know. You're not gonna be at peace 100%. You're gonna have to. It's a long road ahead. They're gonna have to go to court. They're gonna have to discuss visitations. They're gonna have to discuss child support. All that shit's coming. And let me tell you something. Some of these women will get child support, and that ain't enough. They still miserable. Well, why you don't ever come and see him? Why you never get him? Listen, Anthony Carmelo, side chick, you know, because Carmelo Anthony was sending her big checks. That bitch got tired of them chicks. Because, you know, women are finding out money ain't everything when it comes to these kids. You need a break. You need an active father. They get them checks, but that they find out the hard way that them checks don't compensate when them kids start asking them questions. Why I can't see my daddy? Why daddy never come see me? Kids going to school, seeing their daddies pick them up, seeing their friends daddies pick them up, seeing their friends daddies are going to their basketball and ballerina recitals. Kids are going to ask questions. And see, women like this think it's cute till them kids start asking questions. Now you mad and angry with the father because the kids are asking questions. You do yourself a disservice when you get knocked up by these married ass men. Don't even take yourself through that headache, sis. It ain't worth it, man. You don't want to be left holding the bag. You could talk shit on the baby daddy all day, tell the child the baby daddy ain't no good. It's still not going to make your life any easier. So anyway, y'all, leave y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about the situation with Mr. Scott. Praying for her, man. This is nothing no wife should have to go through. No wife. He gonna catch hell, bro, because his wife, she gonna be devastated for the rest of her days. He gonna have to try to keep peace in the marriage. He gonna have to do whatever she say. If he's feeling any type of remorse, he gonna be at her mercy, and he gonna have to deal with this here. And as a child, but listen, I'm so tired of y'all with y'all penises and vaginas. I'm out of here. Anyway, y'all, leave y'all comment below. Please make sure you like, you share, subscribe the video, y'all. Holla at y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Bye.